Hey everybody, welcome back. This is K Job's Views, and this episode we're covering a all-time classic, a favorite. The first video I want it to be part of the cult classics category. Wild Things. Dun 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 dun. You make my heart sing. Boom 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 boom. That song actually does not go to the movie, by the way. So, Wild Things is a film from 1998. I did put it in the cult classics category for a reason. This is one of those films that probably is more cult classic than you can think of. Cult classic, well, I have a video telling you what cult classics are, so we won't get into that. Let's get into the movie, but before we do, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share, tell someone to share again. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, Wild Things. Wild Things stars Kevin Bacon, Matt Dillon, Denise Richards, and Neve Campbell. I love the movie, but let's get into the synopsis. Then we'll get into the review and the spoilers and all that good stuff. All right. Boom. So, synopsis of Wild Things. Matt Dillon plays Sam Lombardo, who's a high school guidance counselor in a town outside of Miami that's like, it's like a very country club town, but there's also, because it's right outside of Miami, there's also the Everglades right there. So you have a mixture of very elite and very poor, like the very poor serving the elite at these kind of, you'll excuse me for eating a french fry, I'm starving, at these kind of like, alligator swamp places, stuff like that. And then you have the very elite who, they're rich as shit. Not rich as fuck. I'm sorry. They're rich as fuck, not rich as shit. Rich as shit is like, look at my really nice home. Look at my $1 million home. These are like, look at my $1 million home. Look at my house in Boca Raton. Look at my boat. Look at this private school my child goes to. Look at all my cars. Look at my servants. Look at me controlling the government. That level rich. Right? So Sam Lombardo is a high school guidance counselor at a school that serves these two different crowds. He's from the kind of like middle class, but he dates upper class because he's a fantastic looking guy. He's really charming. The kids love him. Boo, boo, boo. So basically, Sam gets accused of rape by one of his high school students, played by Denise Richards. Her name's Kelly in the movie. So she accuses Kelly Van Ryan. So she accuses him of rape, which is also very interesting because Sam used to fuck her mother. Sam's also a bit of a whore. The rape accusation isn't too like outrageous because we kind of know he gets around. To complicate matters is a girl from the other side of the track, Susie, played by Neve Campbell, also accuses Sam Lombardo of rape. And so it really seems like he's out here raping girls and high school girls. And, he's now out, kicked out of the country club. He's no longer dating the beautiful woman he was dating. He's persona non grata, so to speak. Look it up if you don't know the term. So he has to hire Bill Murray to be his attorney and help him get out of trouble. That's your synopsis. Shit starts to go boo, 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 boo after that, right? All right, so let's get into these spoilers. Right? All right. So I mentioned Kevin Bacon on the cast. Kevin Bacon plays a sex crimes detective, just like SVU, Stabler, and Benson, right? He plays a sex crimes detective, and very much like Stabler and Benson, he doesn't know his fucking place, right? Chill the goddamn fuck out, you know what I'm saying? But he's all trying to get into Sam Lombardo's shit because they have some personal vendetta against Sam Lombardo. And, well, sorry, I skipped a part. At the trial to air out the whole rape thing, Bill Murray, who plays Sam Lombardo's lawyer and does so brilliantly. We love Bill Murray, by the way. Like, Love Bill Murray. Bill Murray, I'm sorry, I promise to stop eating. I'm just so hungry. Bill Murray plays Sam Lombardo's attorney. And during the trial, he basically is questioning Susie, Neve Campbell, so hard that she confesses it's all a lie and Kelly made it up. And it's a lie on Denise Richards' part as well. Because she was mad that Sam was fucking her mom at a time she wanted help. So she made up this whole rape thing. So Sam gets left off the hook. And of course there's what? A huge, because we're America. Huge lawsuit waiting on the other end, right? You're going to sue the fuck out of everybody because you lost your job, you lost your status, you lost everything because of these accusations of rape, right? So Kevin Bacon's character, the sex crimes detective, doesn't believe it. He's like, something else is going on here. Shit's amiss. So he finds, subsequent to the trial, Sam Lombardo, Denise Richards, Kelly, or Ryan, and Neve Campbell, Susie, something, in a hotel, about to get it in for a threesome. Mind you, it's not the only threesome we get privy to. Trigger warning, we get to see some titties. No, we get to see some threesome action. Don't worry, you're not going to see, actually, you do see a dick in the movie. Trigger warning, yeah. You see some tits, you see some dicks. You don't see full fronts. Well, you see full fronts of a man. Trigger warning. But anyways, so Kevin Bacon's character, the cop, the sex crimes cop, finds out that there's more shit going on, and his boss is like, "Stop inserting yourself into the investigation." He's like, "Nah, bruh, they play this. They all play this." Because you also gotta remember, when you sue the city for wrongful accusation, that's taxpayer money. So even though cops in our country in real life don't give a shit as they continue to shoot us, in reality, the idea is that people will give a shit about lawsuits against the city because it affects every single individual citizen. So Kevin Bacon's like getting all involved in the investigation. Shit turns sideways. He ends up killing Kelly. And it turns out he was a dirty cop. Like, his partner, Gloria, who I don't remember the actress's name, but his partner, Kevin Bacon's partner, so another sex crimes detective, who kept trying to get him to pull back. When he kills Kelly, Denise Richards' character, she kind of goes about to find out more about her partner and finds out that he's kind of a dirty cop and had been beating prostitutes where Susie lived, like one of Susie's close friends. So he was like kind of already involved in this more so than he ever should have been, right? So then we cut to the end and we find out Kevin Bacon's character, Ray, and Matt Dillon's character, Sam Lombardo, were in on it together from the very beginning. Then we find out Susie, Neve Campbell, was in on it from the very beginning. So Susie and Matt Dillon kill Kevin Bacon's character for killing Denise Richards. Well, he actually did kill Denise Richards. Susie, Neve Campbell's character, pretends that she's killing him because of what he did to Denise Richards. But she actually doesn't give a fuck about Denise Richards. Matt Dillon, who actually was in love with Kelly Van Ryan, Denise Richards, is upset and wants Kevin Bacon, dead for that. They kill Ray, but then it turns out, double cross, Susie masterminded the whole thing. She ain't a dumb swamp rat. She's smart as shit. Genius level IQ, damn near 200s. Or say the whole thing. One of the best things, this is my last one, I swear. Because I gotta finish this review. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you for staying in tune this long. One of the best things about this movie is the reveals post-movie, right? We watched the whole movie, and then at the end of the movie, in the end credits, we see all these behind the scenes things that happen during parts of the movie. So we see when Susie first goes to Sam, knowing that he's fucking Kelly, and says, I will expose you if you don't go along with this whole rape scheme I'm about to give you. We see where she immediately tells Sam, go talk to that guy, Kevin Bacon, Ray Duquette, about the plan, because he's a dirty cop and he's going to fucking love it. And she does this because she knows Ray's dirty ass killed one of her prostitute friends, right? I don't know if the girl was actually a prostitute. This movie's mad old. Who knows if I remember the specific details correctly. It shows how Susie had hired Bill Murray's character to defend Sam at the trial, to ask the right questions, to get her to break down on the trial. Shit like this I love. This is the shit I came here for. This is the reason why this movie is a cult classic. Because you, and Nev Campbell, for what it's worth, I think you could have been anything. You got stuck in this goddamn stream trilogy, quadrilogy, whatever the fuck it is, and you didn't get out of that world. But, well, no, you ended up doing House of Cards, which you did brilliantly. But your Wild Things performance was performance on its own, and it was enough to me to satisfy you to get into other acting jobs. But you with this movie, it's a cult classic because one, you have these Matt Dillon, Kevin Bacon, Denise Richards, Nev Campbell, right? You have such a twisty, windy story where the reveals and the reveals and the reveals and the reveals, and you don't see them happening, and you're not like, even, I skipped over this because it's not a big part of like the spoilers and or synopsis, but even the part where Sam kills Susie, because that's part of the plan. It's like Denise is under the impression he's going to kill Susie, and it'll just be him and her. Even in that, you get to see how much Sam was like a pussy and, pretended not to be. I shouldn't use the word pussy. Was such a wimp and, pretended not to be the whole movie. So, like, you just get all these reveals. You get these really cool actors at the time, who are really popular at the time. You get a story that you're unprepared for. And that you don't see coming. And it's just really smart. Like, I love when someone who is perceptively stupid outsmarts everybody. I love that. So, that was Wild Things, cult classic. I highly encourage you to check it out. I love it. Now, the bad thing about this movie is literally not available anywhere. The only place I believe it's available is on Stars On Demand or Cinemax On Demand, one of those two. However, this is a good time to tell people and or remind people, IMDb TV, which is a free thing to everyone, randomly will have movies for free. So, like, anytime you can't find movies on your Hulu, your Netflix, your HBO Max, your Cinemax, your Stars, whatever, AMC, browse on over to IMDb TV real quick, Amazon Prime, IMDb TV real quick, and see if your movie, well, I mean, realistically, it should have to be on one of those paid services. But if it's somehow not, check IMDb TV or check that one first because it's free. And you can watch movies on there all the time. Anyways, that is it. That is Wild Things. I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, remember, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll talk to you guys about the next flick.